So next we should go talk about the big movie for this month so
Which
far.
is?
Guardians of the
Oh,
Galaxy
yes.
Volume 3. We both
I've
saw
seen
it. I did a spoiler-free review.
Oh, okay.
So now we can spoil this. This movie is currently rated at 82% certified fresh, which is pretty good for critics. I think it's the lowest of the three movies, and it's got a 95% audience score. So audiences are really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I had a really good time with this. And the subsequent viewing, when I took you to go see it, I enjoyed it even more. In fact, the music is growing on me more.
I thought it was great.
Okay.
I think it was different.
So spoilers. I'm going to put the warning up.
I thought it was great. It was very sad. But I think they should have doubled down and made it more sad at the end. I think they should have had the courage to kill off a couple of characters.
I disagree on that, but go ahead.
I think they should have. Because it's kind of lame just saying they're going to leave. I think they should have killed off one of them.
They're moving on to a different part of their life.
I know, but they had such high stakes in this. And end up, what did they kill? The otter and the bunny spider and the walrus wheel, which were really sad. It was really sad that they ended up in distorted animal heaven. Anyway, it was much different because it was a much sadder note. Peter's a wreck. He, in this movie, though, he comes to terms, it appears, with Gamora and her
that he's lost his Gamora
new personality or whatever. Yeah, we see him. So this movie deals a lot with loss and that kind of thing.
Now,
what different big departure.
Really. If you saw Guardians the first one, and then you saw the second one, okay, when they're supposedly fallen in love by the end of the second one, and then you didn't see Guardians in Infinity War or in Endgame.
I get it all mixed up now.
Okay, would you be lost if then you went into Guardians Volume 3? I can say you could easily skip the holiday special, which by the way was great.
I like the holiday special.
Yeah, it was really good, but it's not necessary. It's just a fun romp.
You don't need to really see any of it to start this movie. You might be curious as to what Rocket's really like, though, I suppose. I mean, you have questions. You don't know what a Groot is or what we find out what Rocket is, and he's what we thought. Yeah. Basically, in this movie, he is a changed raccoon. He is a raccoon, and he has been altered, which is what we always assumed, but then we weren't sure.
Yeah, we know.
I mean, you're in a universe with flurkins and stuff, so you don't really know.
I know he is because he's Rocket Raccoon. That's his name.
I know, but there was been other statements made that he doesn't think he's a raccoon or that he didn't like that. So now he's actually come to terms with his raccoonness.
I think you could actually just jump in this movie,
but
even if not having seen anything. I think you'd be able to pick up a lot of things, and it's fun.
I think so.
Did you like the ongoing joke with Groot in this movie? I really enjoyed that.
Which one?
The fact is, all he says is "I am Groot"
all the time.
But
and I guess if
but all the Guardians have been with him so long, they understand what he's saying. And Gamora is like, wait, how? He said his name's Groot, and she keeps yelling at him. I know what your name is, but she's not realizing that he's speaking to her, and she doesn't understand it, and she thinks they're all making it up.
Right, but in the end, she does understand because I'm more like she's accepting her new reality as well. And when she does go home, that's her home now.
Yeah, she's with the Ravagers for right now.
And they really, well, it seems to be they really missed her, as if how much the Guardians missed her.
Yeah, definitely.
But in the end, she does understand Groot. And in the end, I think we understand Groot. And that was the cute joke, that we understand Groot as well.
Yeah.
So, it's not that he really spoke. It's the fact that
we understand
what he means. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I thought the story was really good. It was going to make kids cry. I don't think it's as much like kids are going to get upset about it.
It deals with some heavy topics because it's got 3 big themes, like it's teaching people that are bad, okay? So, caging animals and animal experimentation is bad. And animal testing and animal cruelty is bad.
Yeah, like, especially the little otter with her metal things. Just, it was upsetting. Anyway, the animals were upsetting.
Do you notice how the villain,
he's really bad.
The high evolutionary, never. I can't believe they did the High Evolutionary.
Well, in this
so
series,
obscure.
you could do anything.
No one knows who the High Evolutionary
we do now.
is.
He's really bad in this.
The way he acts as if he's a child. Every time someone argues with him, he just starts screaming and throwing a tantrum.
Insane.
Yeah, but he acts as a child does.
In my mind, he acts like
he just starts screaming and throws a tantrum, and then sometimes he acts out violently, and other times not. But he's ridiculous.
More insane because we know now that Rocket destroyed his face and everything, and he has to wear that skin all tied on now.
Kind of had that coming to him.
No, but that's why he's even more insane now. I mean, he's an insane creature. Yeah, I didn't really have any. I mean, he's bad, and he's really bad. And,
definitely.
We definitely see that. They don't. He's really bad.
With the little bit of screen time that he's given for that character,
he's in it quite a bit.
Yes, he is, but he's not in the whole movie. He's not the main star. For the time that he's given, the director, James Gunn, shows like hate this person, and here's why.
Right. I think they could have had more fun with the Animal Planet. I think they could have had way more fun with that. The Other Earth, what was it called? Counter Earth?
Counter Earth. Yeah. But it was the movie was already kind of long.
I think they could have just made
2.5 hours.
More funny. They could have done some other funny things with it. I think that could have been funnier. That's the one thing I didn't like about it. Another thing I didn't like about it, I didn't think that the music was to the caliber. Some of the songs were okay, but especially that last song when they were dancing. I don't even know what the heck that song. Listen, they were really
know what that song was?
Dancing Up a Storm to that song. I bet you they played a different song and asked them to dance, and then they put that one over it, because I don't even know what that was.
Hey, it's James Gunn's movie, so I'm sure he was allowed to put whatever music he wanted.
If you could pick any song you wanted from the 70s and 80s and early 90s, it went to the 2000s, then you pick those songs?
No, this is music from the 70s to the 2000s.
Yeah, so that's a lot of songs.
I feel like
they basically cheaped out on the music, is what I felt.
The song is Dog Days Are Over.
Who is it by?
I'm not sure.
It wasn't very good. It was like a generic pop song in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I felt the music really I don't know what the story is there, but I have a feeling that their music budget got cut.
I don't think so. It's by Florence Plus the Machine.
Okay.
Apparently
I have
it's
heard
from
of them,
like in the early 2000s.
I have heard of them, but I don't think that song warranted that.
I've never heard of them.
I don't know how they even danced to that song like that. Anyway, I didn't care for the music. That was the one thing I didn't like about it. But everything else I liked.
Didn't like. What else? Tell us what you liked.
I just said what I liked.
Okay.
I liked the movie. Those are the only two things I didn't like. And I think they should have killed somebody off.
Enjoyed the characters. I liked the fact that they didn't kill anyone off in this movie, because they've been doing that too much in Hollywood, and that's why you don't have good villains in Marvel, because they're killing them off all the time.
I like the villains.
In the comic books, okay, they've been using the same villains for decades, and they do that without killing them off.
I'm talking about Peter.
And also, you don't need to kill off the heroes either. This was a good ending to this version of the Guardians. They've spent all this time together, but now they have reason to move on. Some of them are staying together, and some of them are going off to do their other things. So, Drax is leaving because Dave Bautista doesn't want to work for Disney anymore. Okay? He's pissed off at them. Star-Lord's going to visit his dad. He could come back and do more. I mean, you could bring back Zoe Saldana for more Gamora stuff. And she's hanging out with the Ravagers. Then she goes back and hangs out with the Guardians again. I thought they should have
killed off Peter. I really think they should have, because it was just kind of lame.
No, I like that they're still together. Still got Rocket and Groot, who are two of the most popular characters. And in terms of getting the voices, those are expensive characters to have, both Rocket and Groot, because they're visual effects. That's a lot of CGI. So that's a lot of money. Now, as for the actors doing those voices, no problem. And if you need people to stand in, that's no problem. You just get people that are the right height, and you get them to stand in for them in mocap suits.
The whole somber If you think about it, like who did they kill? These poor tortured animals. Anyway, I just thought they should have.
And the point of this movie is to say that is bad, that's wrong.
I think they should have killed off one of those other characters because they just left.
I don't think it was necessary.
It was too easy.
This is more like comic book storylines.
Okay.
And so now they're breaking up, they're going their own ways. Team could come back together. Maybe not. Maybe just different iterations, and that's cool. We'll get more stuff. Maybe we'll see Zoe Saldana back with Stallone, and who else is in there? It's like Michelle Yeoh's in there, and there's a whole bunch of them. And then we see those guys off as Guardians Volume 4. They could absolutely do that, and I would watch that.
They're not really Guardians, but anyway.
Maybe some of the other characters pop up in a cameo every once in a while. Maybe one of them comes back and joins the team. It's an ongoing soap opera.
This is a superior movie to so many others, and I just think it would have been great. Okay. That would have been the cherry on top if they would have had the better music. But other than that, I think it's an excellent movie.
Getting back to my review, I enjoyed a lot of the music. Not so much on the first go, but some of it really warmed up to me. I mean, the one sequence with Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, that's probably the best sequence I've seen in any Guardians movie. That was really fun, and there was lots of action, and the music was great. So that was a great montage there for me. I really enjoyed that. Some of the other songs that I enjoyed, I mean, the movie starts off with that acoustic version of Creep by Radiohead. Yeah. And Rocket singing that. That was a great opening there. Okay. And you see all the other characters in the background. And then there's the joke between Kraglin and Cosmo, the whole episode that gets started right at the beginning with the arrow.
I didn't remember what that guy's name was.
That dog, she was so upset she was called a bad dog. She was so upset.
Never say that to your dog. You know, if you say that to your dog, the tail's going to go between their legs and everything. Okay. Well, we don't have a dog.
Well, she was kind of being a dick, so. But that was great. I enjoyed the ongoing running gag with Mantis, that she kept landing on her head or floating the wrong way.
She's not physical like the other characters.
She's doing some martial arts and gymnastics in this, but whenever she's in space or something or there's zero gravity, she is always just floating the wrong way, and it happens more than once. She lands on her head.
Oh, I know. They don't talk about it.
I'm fine.
But, there's all kinds of cool, nice little jokes like that and comedy. Fun things in it. It's really fun, although it's depressing and it's upsetting in some parts. I wouldn't say it's
depressing. It gets emotional.
Animals were
gets emotional, and you feel for them, but I wouldn't say it's depressing, because at the end of the day, they save the animals. Okay?
Not all of them.
They save the animals. They even save those giant, ugly, tentacle mouth things.
They do not save the sweet, loving animals that we grow to love in the film.
Okay, yeah. Those ones died. But then they saved all the other ones that were on the ship.
They weren't
altered
animals.
Okay, and instead of thinking it, at the end of the movie, you're supposed to think it was nice that Rocket got to see his friends again, because he had a near-death experience.
I suppose so.
Okay, that's what you're not supposed to. You're supposed to focus on the good, not the bad. Stop being so negative.
There's nothing wrong with a movie having these sad and deep elements. I'm saying it was really good. It's just not where these movies have gone before.
Did you think my analogy was good in my spoiler-free review, where I said, if you can't handle seeing Bambi's mom die, you can't handle this movie?
Yeah, exactly. It's there's some really sad parts to it.
If you can't handle Bambi's mom, then you're gonna fall apart in this movie as well.
Anyway, I thought it was good. I was just surprised that they went there. I was surprised that they did it. Anyway.
Yeah, it didn't seem like something that would be for young kids, right?
This isn't really.
I think young kids could handle it.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, it's too much.
Well,
maybe just show them part of the movie and then let them
It's rated PG-13, so it really depends on the kid.
It definitely is. It's very upsetting what happens. So, I mean, but it has a lot. The movie has a lot in it. I think it was really good. I like all the Guardians movies. And this one is just a departure, meaning that it has these really sad parts to it. But anyway, I thought it was really good, though.
I enjoyed seeing more Nebula. We got to see a lot more of her, so that was great. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Mantis is palling around. I didn't see as much of Drax in this, but Dave Bautista's kind of fed up with this role.
Funny.
You notice how he's not walking around with his shirt off anymore.
I suppose I miss.
I mean, the makeup that's a horrendous process he'd have to go through. Also,
so.
The guy he's not as young as he used to be, right? He's been saying for a while he doesn't want to have to take roles where he have to walk around with his shirt off all the time.
Yeah. I miss
because it's hard.
I miss Peter's his joking and his character. He's been altered, right? He's not the same anymore. I miss that.
It's not easy to look that good a shape there.
It's way more on the sad end of things. He's not doing well.
He's in his 60s.
Not Dave Bautista. I'm talking about the other guy. Anyway, he's always funny, and I enjoy his character. Drax, he's always funny.
No, he's not in his 60s yet, but he will be.
I don't think it seems like 60. Anyway, it's good, but it's not what the other couple movies. It's much darker. Yeah, but sometimes you have to go there and get a good film out of it. Really.
First, I watched this. I didn't think it was. I thought it was better than Guardians 2. But I think I was leaning more towards 1. Now, maybe, I'm not so sure. I might have to rewatch the whole series.
Oh, we should.
To decide which is my favorite. But this one was really good. And so it's definitely deserving the high praise that it's got.
What are the ratings of it?
Oh, yeah, I mentioned that 82% critic rating, 95% audience score.
I think that's a low critic rating because I think it was really good. It had a lot of stuff in it. Maybe they wanted someone to die at the end, too.
Yeah, critics might have just said it's more of the same.
I didn't think it was more of the
same. But I enjoyed the fact that they didn't. In fact, they could even bring back the High Evolutionary again. He could have gotten off that ship.
I don't want to see him
exactly
again.
Why you want to bring him back, because he's a good villain. So I could definitely see that. On the internet rating system, best or worst movie, I definitely give this a best movie ever. Go check this out in the theaters. This is where you want to see it. It's an experience. I saw it in IMAX both times, 2D. Most of the viewings are in 3D. I don't want to see that. So when we went to the 2D screening, it was packed.
Yeah, it was packed. I didn't really like that. But I definitely give this one a 95, 96. I think all these Guardians movies have been excellent. And I'm so glad because I don't want bad. I'm worried sometimes. Some of their other treatment of some of the other characters have been really poor, but really good. But don't take a young kid to it.
It's because it's James Gunn. He knows how to make good movies. So hopefully his next movie that we're getting is really good because that's the new Superman movie we're going to get.
Oh, God. Another Superman movie. I'm very, weary now after those other couple there.
Okay. Let us know what you think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Even if you disagree. If you don't like it, let us know what you didn't like about it. We always want to hear from more people.